Hello everyone and welcome to another nightly Read Aloud with Dr. Ivey. Today is Thursday, May the 28th, 2020, and tonight marks our 54th nightly Read Aloud during school closure. My name is Trevor Ivey and I am a proud educator in Sumter County, South Carolina, and like so many of my educator colleagues right here in my very own community, across the state, our nation, and even the world are being asked to step up and out of their comfort zone to completely redesign teaching and learning experiences to ensure that our children remain meaningfully engaged during this challenging time when schools are closed, children are home, but learning must continue. To that end, I have dedicated myself to a nightly Read Aloud to redirect a sense of normalcy for boys and girls of all ages, a true family fun event to gather around at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time before you go to bed. And for night 4 of week 11 of our Read Alouds, I have selected a special book about love, but not just any kind of love. Tonight, our Read Aloud will talk about unconditional love. Tonight's Read Aloud is titled, I Love You Night and Day. It is authored by Shmitri President Halls, and the pictures, and they are so beautiful, are illustrated by Allison Brown. A story of unconditional love titled, I Love You Night and Day. I love you most, I love you best, much, much more than all the rest. I love you tall, I love you high in the sky, way, way up in that sunny, sunny sky. I love you far, I love you wide, from way over here all the way to the other side. I love you low, I love you deep down where the octopuses sleep. I love you huge, I love you vast, for the fun to come and the fun that's past. I love you big, I love you tough, when the path is smooth and even when it's rough. I love you strong, I love you small, together we have it all. I love you wild, I love you loud, I shout it out and I feel oh so proud. I love you soft, I love you still, and you know I always will. I love you close, I love you tight, when you're wrong and even when you're right. I love you night, I love you day, in every moment, come what may. Because I love you with all of my heart. From where you end to where you start. What an excellent book. I love you night and day, in every moment, come what may. A story that reminds us of the power of not just regular love, but love that is unconditional. This is a sweet message of unconditional love that follows a bear and a bunny through their day. And it just serves to remind us of the kind of love that is truly unconditional. When someone is right, when someone is wrong, when someone is near, when someone is far. When you have your ups and when you have your downs, love still remains. And so boys and girls, again, of all ages, even in the challenging times that we live in, with or without a pandemic, and we should strive to show unconditional love to our friends and to our family. But it all again starts with being kind to others. And if we're going to make the world a better place through showing love and kindness to others, it starts with you and I. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's Read Aloud, I Love You Night and Day, of this story of a bear and a bunny, that it applies to both your life and to my life as well. What a simple and powerful message. Well, boys and girls, before we say goodnight, before we wash our hands, brush our teeth, and get into bed, let's take a moment to engage in our nightly reflection. Our 4 questions, starting with question number 1. What was your most favorite thing about today? Take a moment to share with your parent, an older or younger sibling, fuzzy friend, or if no one is near you, take a moment to share out loud to yourself, what was your favorite part about today? Question number 2, what was your least favorite part about today? Question number 3, if you could go back and change one thing about today, what would you change? And question number 4, what is one thing that you hope is going to happen tomorrow? All right, boys and girls, that does it for our nightly Read Aloud. Night number 54 during school closure. Hard to believe that tomorrow marks the end of our 11th week of school closure, and it is almost time to begin the final week of the school year. Heads up, we have selected some very extra special books to acknowledge next week, which is going to be quite a moving week for students of all ages across the nation. Those who may just be moving on from one grade to the next, and even those who are graduating. We've lined up some special Read Alouds for next week and for boys and girls of all ages. And so make sure to tune in again tomorrow night for another nightly Read Aloud with Dr. Ivey. Remember, if no one has told you today that they love you, if no one has told you today that they care about you, I'm here to tell you that I love you and care about you oh so very much. And all right, boys and girls, have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.